Good day everyone. Today I'll be discussing the key parts of the graphing a tangent function, the period, phase shift, and the vertical asymptote. These three are important because they help us understand how the tangent graph moves, stretches, and repeats its pattern. By knowing them, we can easily identify how the function behaves and where it becomes undefined. First, we have the standard equation of our function. The standard equation of the tangent function is y is equals to a times tan times b times x minus c plus d, where a it affects the stretch or compression of the graph, where b affects the period of the graph. So let us first define what is period in the tangent function. The period of a tangent function is the distance along the x-axis before the pattern of the graph repeats. The formula for period is pi over b. And next we have our asymptote. Asymptote is a line where the function is undefined. The tangent curve goes up or down without bound. The formula for our asymptote is b times x minus c is equals to pi over 2 plus k times pi, where k is any integer. And last, we have the phase shift. The phase shift tells us how far the graph is moved left or right from the origin. It depends on the value of c in the equation. The formula for our phase shift is c over b.
So good day everyone. So we're talking about graphing of tangent functions, especially tangent functions. So what is the learning target? We will be able to show how to graph a tangent functions and key formulas. The standard form of the given equation, we have y is equals to a times b times the quantity of x minus c plus d, where a is the vertical stretch, the amplitude for tan, b affects the period, and c horizontal shift or the phase shift, and d we have the vertical shift that moves the graph up or down. The key formulas for graphing a tangent functions, we have for period, p is equals to phi over b, while the formula for phase shift, we have c over b, right if positive then left if negative. The result will be crucial. Next, for the formula for our vertical asymptote or the asymptote will be b times x minus c is equals to phi over 2 plus k times pi, will go x is equals to c over b plus phi over 2 plus k times pi over b. For the midpoints, hindi naman siya totally needed. Kumbaga, the midpoints are optional. Same as the domain and the range. So what are the process or the steps in solving a tangent function? Step number 1, we need to identify the a, b, and c from the given to rewrite as b times x minus c over b if needed. Step number 2, we need to compute the period, and then the formula for period, we have pi over b. And the next, after we compute the period, we need to compute furthermore for our phase shift, and the formula for phase shift is we have c over b. And then the 4 the 4 and 5 are optional, which is the find the vertical asymptote, then solve for b times x minus c is equals to phi over b, etc. So guys, the step number 4 are only optional, same as the step number 5. So let's proceed to our example. Example number 1, we have a given f of x is equals to 2 times tan times 3 times the quantity of x minus pi over 6 plus 1. So the step number 1, we need to identify the values of a, b, and c. So for our a, we have 2, then b is 3, then our c is phi over 6. Then, we need to compute our period. The formula for period, we have pi over b. So, it will turn to phi over 3, which is our b is equivalent to 3. Then, for our phase shift, we need to compute it. So, c over b. It's so easy, guys. So, just look. So, tignan nyo lang po yung value ng letter C natin. So, magiging 5 over 6 na lang siya. So, for our asymptote, the formula is b times x minus c is equals to phi over 2 plus k times pi. It will turn to c over b plus phi over 2 plus k phi over b. So, by substituting each value, we will get a x3 times x minus pi over 2, and then x is equals to phi over 3, k is equals to k phi over 3, wherein k is an any integer, and then the midpoint is equals to x is equals to phi rather over 6, or we will turn to phi over 6 just by cross outing each one. We will get rather a1. So this is the graph for our given tangent functions. We have the function 2 times tan times 3 times the quantity of x minus pi over 6 plus 1. So yun lang, guys. Thank you.
Hi. So now let us move on to our second equation, which is y is equals to negative tangent x minus 2 plus 2. So, unang-una, alam naman po natin na ang basic or not basic, default na graph ng tangent ay tangent. Ang tangent x is like this. From right to left, tapos ang kanyang origin is at 0, 0. Here. 0, 0. And then pi 0, negative pi 0, 2 pi 0. Here, negative 2 pi 0. And so on and so forth. Pero, that is positive. Pero paano kung naging negative ang tangent natin? Tignan natin dito. Negative tangent. Ayan. So, instead of it going from right to left, na right sa taas, left sa baba, magiging left to right, left sa taas, right sa baba. Like this. Ang ano niya, origin niya stays the same. 0, 0, negative pi 0, pi 0, 2 pi 0, so on and so forth. Ganun lang siya. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Pero, paano kung merong nagdagdag tayo ng negative 2 sa loob ng parentheses natin? Ayan, nakita naman natin, naggumalaw siya. Why? Bakit siya gumalaw? Ganito. Ganito kasi yan. So, ang x minus 2 equals to 0. We have to equate it to 0. So, to equate it to 0, itong negative 2 ay, sorry about that, eta transpose natin to the other side. So, if we transpose negative 2 to the other side, it will be x equals to positive 2. So, kaya, ayan, from 0, 0, napunta siya to 0, 2, 0. Naging 2, 0 na siya. As you can see here. And see, 2, 0, tas ito, 5.14159, Bakit siya naging 5.14159? Kasi kanina, di ba, pi and 0. Ang value ng pi is 3.14. So, kapag nagdagdag tayo ng 2 sa 3.14, 3.14 plus 2, 5.14. Ito naman, makikita natin, negative 1.14. Because ang value ng negative pi is negative 3.14 plus 2, that will be negative 1.14. Ganun lang siya. Patuloy-tuloy siya onwards. So, patuloy-tuloy. So, kung yung 2 pi plus 2, negative 2 pi plus 2, ganun din yung magiging value niya. So, example na lang, kunwari, ang nasa loob ng parentheses is positive 2 plus 2. Imbes na mag-move siya from left, imbes na mag-move siya to the right, mag-move siya to the left. Because if we equate this to 0, eto positive, magiging negative to siya. You just have to equate it to 0. Okay. Minus 2. There we go. So, next naman is meron tayong plus 2 here. You can see our plus 2 here. Anong ginagawa niyan? Ang ginagawa niyan, it moves from the y-axis. So, kung magdadagdag tayo ng plus 2, yung center point natin kanina nasa 2, 0. Ngayon, it is at 2, 2. Right here. See, you can see that. Here, it is 2, 2. See? Tapos yung kanina, ang value ng ang value ng nandito natin kanina is 5.14 and 0. Ngayon, ang value niya na ay 5.14. Here, you can see it here. 5.14 and 2. Tapos ito naman, negative 1.14. Ayan, and 2. Negative 1.14 and 2. So, nagdagdag lang tayo tumaas lang tayo ng 2 points upwards. Tumaas tayo ng 2 points upwards. So, now, let's head on to our asymptotes. Paano ba natin masosolve ang asymptotes ng equation na to? We all know na ang asymptotes is equals to pi over 2 plus n pi, where n is any integer. Tapos, natin to, ilagay natin ng x minus 2. If x minus 2 is equals to pi over 2 plus n pi. And then we have to transpose the 2 to the other side. Now that is going to be x is equals to 2 plus pi over 2, where n plus n pi, where n is any type of integer. It's any integer. So, ang kakalabasan niyan, as you can see here, kung ang default na asymptotes natin ay pi over 2, ang kakalabasan naman ng ating asymptotes here, as said kanina, x is equals to 2 plus pi over 2. As you can see here, ayan ang naging asymptotes niya. And then, x is equals to 2 plus negative pi over 2. Ayan ang asymptotes niya. And then, sunod, x is equals to 2 plus plus 3 pi over 2. Ayan. So, as we can see, ayang mga yan, wait, let me change the colors to red. Lahat ng red, ang mga yan ay ang asymptotes natin. kung ito, ang asymptotes na to is, ang asymptotes na to is 2 and, sorry, pi over 2. Ito ay negative pi over 2 and 2. Tapos ito, pi over 2 and 2. Ito naman, 3 pi over 2 and 2. So, ayun. Ayun ang ating mga asymptotes ng equation natin. Next naman is our period. So, ang period is equals to pi over b. Over b. So, ang b natin, from here, wala namang nakalagay na b or coefficient sa tabi ng x, so that automatically is 1. So, p is equals to pi over 1, or in simple terms, that is p is equals to pi. Ayan. So, ang period natin is pi. Paano naman yung amplitude natin? Ang amplitude, walang specific amplitude ang tangent because its range is from negative infinity to positive infinity. Ayun yun. So, everything ay tuloy-tuloy lang siya pataas, bababa. Ang vertical shift naman natin, as we can see here, nakalagay naman na, is positive 2. So, yung shift natin, instead of it being a 2, 0, naging 2, 2, because nag-add tayo ng 2, and we step upwards 2 steps up. So, yeah, I hope you learned how to solve a tangent equation na negative, and I hope you know na natutunan nyo how to graph it in the right way. Thank you.
Okay, so now let's move on to our examples. So, meron na tayong equation dito na y. Can you see it, guys? Y is equals to, so sulat ko na lang, pardon my messy handwriting. Y is equals to 3 tan x plus 1. Oops. Plus 1. So, as Renzo said earlier, yung A natin, or yung 3 natin, siya yung vertical stretch natin. Then, the plus 1 is our vertical shift. The coefficient 3 stretches the graph vertically. So, the plus 1 is our stretch na horizontal. The coefficient 3 stretches the graph vertically, making it appear steeper than the basic tangent function y equals 10x. Then the vertical shift plus 1 shifts the entire graph up by 1 unit. The horizontal line y equals 1 acts as the new midline for the graph. At the central point of each period is located on this line. So, as Renzo said earlier, our period always stays the same as pi. So, the period will be always pi. So, how to determine the vertical asymptote naman? The tangent function has a vertical asymptote where the cosine of the angle is 0. For the function y is equal to tan x plus 1, the vertical asymptote occur in the same location as yx, which are at x is equals to pi over 2. So, let's say dito to yung 2 pi over 2. Sabi natin dyan. Negative yan. Then dito yung positive. Sabi natin dito ulit. Positive pi over 2. Again, pardon my handwriting. Mahirap dito sa Zoom. So, this is our vertical asymptote. We're going to zoom it out. Hindi pa makikita yung super curve niya kasi naka-zoom tayo sobra. Later, I'll let you guys see the whole graph. So, ayan. To graph the function naman, you can plot the key points within one period. For example, diba yung x natin is negative 2 negative 2 pi and 2, then positive 2 pi. So, kunyari, how we will get the plot key. Paano natin siya ipa-plot key? At the interval, since nakuha na natin yung asymptote na to, i-replace lang natin siya. Ilalagay natin siya dun sa x. So, kunyari, yung first natin is midpoint natin is 0. Diba? So, yun muna yung ilagay natin sa x. So, y is equals to 3 tan x. So, magiging 0 na yan, then plus 1. So, 3 times 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. So, yung point natin na una is 0 and 1. That's going to be our new center point. Yan na yung unang center point natin. So, xy, yan na yung magiging 1 natin, which is here. This one. You get it? Yes, of course you get it. Nagsalita siya mag-isa. So, yan na yung una nating curve. So, from here, if you're going to connect it, since ito yung vertical asymptote natin, di ba? And if we're going to connect it, it's gonna be like this. So, pag zoom out ko siya, see? Magiging ganyan yan siya. If we're going to do the same as on the another asymptote, kunyari, ang asymptote naman natin is, pi over 4. I-replace lang din ulit natin siya sa x. So, 3 tan pi over 4 plus 1. And then, ganun ulit gagawin natin. So, basically, this is 3 times 1, then plus 1. So, it's going to be 4. So, our new point now is pi over 4, then 4. So, sa bawat x na move natin, yung asymptote natin, ilalagay lang natin siya dun sa x na nakalagay sa given natin to get our new center points. Then, it's continuous. Since our range and domain, since our domain sa tangent is infinity, it will continue over and over again.
Hello everyone. So today we have here an equation. Y equals 2 tan over quantity of x plus 4. So today we are going to find its period, vertical shift, vertical asymptote, and its phase shift. So let's get started. So for the period, we have here pi. So the formula to get that answer is b equals pi over, no. To get the period is period equals pi over b. So, yung b dito, wala siyang b. So, since wala siyang b, we're gonna substitute it to 1. So, pi over 1 is equals to pi. So, yung period ng nito is pi. Then, let's move on sa phase shift. So, since yung phase shift is C over B, so that's basically 0 over 1 equals 0. So, in here, we don't have any vertical, we don't have any phase shift because 0 divided by 1 is equals 0. So basically, we have pi for period and 0 for phase shift. Let's move on to its vertical shift. To get the vertical shift, we need to look at the letter D. So yung letter D dito, sa equation na to, is yung number 4 natin. So, basically, you move 4 upwards. So I think 0. There's 0. Believe the 4. Yes, here. As you can see. Then, yung out naman dito sa we're gonna solve it. So basically, we have pi over 2 because the v is equals to 1 and the c is equals to 0. So basically, you get pi over 2, which is somewhat there. You get that negative 1.10715 over 0. No, it's not over. And 0. Yeah. So basically, here's the graph of the equation. Yes. No, I can zoom it. So basically, that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, so guys, here's another example of graphing a function of tan. So we have here the function y is equal to negative 2 tan x plus pi over 2. So alam naman natin na ang ating general form is y is equal to a tan bx minus c plus d, which is yung a is the amplitude, b is our phase shift, and d naman is the vertical shift. So para makuha natin yung period natin, ang formula dito is here, pi over b. So nakikita naman natin sa function natin na 1, na meron tayong 1. Yan, 1 yan. Yan, nakikita natin meron tayong 1 dyan, which is yan. So magiging equal to pi over 1, and kapag dinivide mo yan is magiging pi na lang. Para makuha naman natin yung yung x scale naman natin, ang formula naman is p over 2, which is ito nga, yung period natin is pi. So nilagay lang natin siya dyan. Pi over 2 na ang ating x scale. So sa phase shift naman natin, makikita naman natin dito. Yan. Makikita naman natin yan. Na equation natin is x plus pi over 2. So yan. So ginawa natin is minus lang natin yung pi over 2 sa pi over 2 and yung 0 din sa pi over 2, and na-cancel, and natira na lang is negative pi over 2. So ang phase shift natin is negative pi over 2. So sa vertical shift naman is wala tayong d, wala tayong nandito. As you can see here, wala tayong ganito. So wala tayong vertical shift. And alam naman din natin na ang ating parent graph is like ganito. Meron tayong pi over 2 dito, negative pi over 2 dito, tapos ang ating period is nasa gitna. So tas pa ganyan yung, so dahil negative yung ating amplitude, magre-reflect siya sa iusog lang natin to dito. Ito, iusog lang natin siya papunta dito kasi reflect. Yan, ganoon. So bali, ito ang magiging next na so ito, magkakaroon tayo dito ng negative pi, 1 pi, and 1 pi dito sa right side. So ito na magiging next na asymptote natin itong negative pi. Tapos ito ring pi dito. Yan. So, syempre ito rin. Yan. Ayun yung mga magiging next asymptote natin kasi negative siya. Yan. Ibig sabihin, nagre-reflect siya. Yan. Next naman, ang ating next na x-intercept, which is nga ito. So, negative pi half and pi over 2 din dito. Yan. Yan yung ating mga naging x asymptote. X-intercept pala. Ang hirap pa. Yan. Yan. Basta ganun. So, kung graph naman natin siya, dahil nakakuha na nga tayo ng ating x-scale, ay x-intercept pala, so magiging ganito na siya. I-graph natin. Here, simula dito, dahil nga reflect, di ba? Hindi na siya dito sa gitna. Ninusog lang natin ito, yan, to dito. Tapos, nagkaroon tayo ng negative pi and pi. Ganun. Tapos, next naman is ganito ating nagiging graphing. Yan. Ganyan. Tapos, sunod naman sa kabila naman kasi reflect nga, di ba? Next. Ganyan. Yan. So, yan. Nag-graph na natin yung ating function which is y is equal to negative 2 tan x plus pi over 2. Yan. Ayun lang.